This is based on a true story. The backstory. My mum had been waiting for her first touchscreen phone for a long time. It was a gift she really wanted. I remember how carefully she used to wipe the screen with a soft cloth, gently touching it like it was something new and special. But as if cursed, technology never really liked her. Within a few months, she broke that phone. 3 times. The first time, it slipped into the bathtub. The second, it fell from her hands, straight onto the concrete in front of our building. And the third time, the most ridiculous one, it slid off the couch onto the carpet. Nothing serious, you'd think. But the screen shattered into what looked like a million tiny pieces. As if someone hit it with a hammer. Pieces sharp enough to cut your finger if you swiped across them. The phone was beyond saving. This happened just a few days before Christmas. Mum was upset, understandably. But her friend came to the rescue and lent her an old button-style Samsung. One of those phones that greeted the user upon startup. In the settings it said, "Hello, Maria." That was the friend's name. The phone was scratched here and there, clearly aged. But it worked. And Mum decided to use it. At least until New Year's, since Dad had promised her a brand new touchscreen under the tree. Everything went on as usual. Holiday chaos, cooking, family plans. But that's when something happened. A tragedy I'll never forget. On Christmas morning, a close friend of our family passed away. He was a man I had known since childhood. He often visited, joked with my mum, and would bring apples from his garden for my grandmother. He was on his way to visit his mother, who lived in a village not far from where my grandparents lived. But suddenly, he didn't feel well. And for some reason, one that none of us can still explain, instead of going home or calling an ambulance, he drove straight to our house. It was as if something pulled him there. Maybe he was looking for help. Maybe for comfort. My grandmother let him in. She called an ambulance almost immediately. They tried to help him for a long time, working to stabilize him. Eventually, they took him to the hospital. A few hours later, we were told it was a heart attack. The doctors couldn't save him. Those days were heavy. Our whole family felt like we were in a fog. The funeral, the tears, the silence at the table. That evening, Mom, Grandma and I sat on the same couch where we had tried to help our friend just days before. The room was quiet. We didn't turn on the TV. None of us had the strength to hear any holiday cheer. A lamp in the corner cast a warm yellow glow on the wall. The tea in our cups had long gone cold. We just sat in silence. Mum was devastated. She hadn't stopped crying all day. She kept holding her head in her hands, quietly asking the air, "Why did it happen like this? Why him?" And then, out of the corner of my eye, I saw the screen of her phone light up. It was just lying on the small table. No one touched it. No calls. It lit up as if it was turning on. Mom instinctively reached for it. And in the next second, we both saw it. Instead of the usual message, "Hello, Maria," the screen now said, "Hello, Natali." My mum's name is Natali. We both froze. None of us remembered changing that setting. The phone was simple, but the menu wasn't user-friendly. You'd have to dig deep to find personalization settings. Mum definitely hadn't changed it. I didn't either. And no one else had touched the phone. And the strangest part, the phone had been completely turned off before, which meant someone had to press and hold the button to turn it back on. But in the room, There were only the three of us. It wasn't anything creepy. No footsteps, no shadows, no whispers. Just something we couldn't explain. As if someone was trying to say, I see you. I'm still here. Or maybe it was just a coincidence. But if so, who changed the name? After that incident, my mom couldn't sleep in that room for quite a while. She returned the phone to her friend almost immediately after getting her new one. Sleek, modern and lightweight. Under the Christmas tree. It seemed like everything was behind us. But there was still one detail we don't talk about often, though it remains quietly in our memory. A few days after Mom started using her new phone, she began receiving strange calls. This happened right after she gave the old button-style Samsung back. The calls came from an unknown number. No name, no ID, just a random string of digits that meant nothing to us. She would answer, but no one spoke. There was no breathing, no static, just complete silence, as if someone was there but had no words. It happened several times, 3, maybe 4 calls, always in the evening, around the same time. And then, nothing. The number never called again, and never appeared in the call history afterward. We didn't make a big deal out of it. Maybe someone dialed the wrong number. Maybe it was a glitch, or someone playing a weird joke. But considering everything that had just happened, those calls left a quiet, lingering trace in our minds. Mom still keeps that Christmas phone, not as something strange or mystical, but as a piece of that difficult time. A time filled with pain. Yes, but also with love, support, and presence. Sometimes technology just breaks. And sometimes it feels like it's trying to say something. But what matters most, we remember. And we cherish those who were there with us. And those who are no longer. That was our Christmas.